Hey Mexicans, welcome back to this new video where today we're going to be looking at WICSO Alternia. So in the previous episode we saw the Red Iberian country start up and we saw the other countries sprout out from that. So yeah, we will now begin with the exploration. As well, the rest of the Balkans just end up being explored. Along with portions of Turkey. So yeah, that's interesting. Along with that, a lot of mainland Europe is discovered. Hold up a second, let me draw a border. So we actually see this portion of Europe be discovered, which is like pretty much all of it, including the Nordic portion. So yeah, all these islands. Yep. And we also see the British Isles explored. And then the Icelandics. So yeah, now we will look at countries that'll start up. So we have the Romans expanding their border to fix it. And then we have some more Balkan countries starting up. So we see a Farmers Union country, we see a Bulgarian country, and an Albanian country, and a Greek country. And then we have a Ukrainian country, a Russian country, an Estonian country, and a Finnish country. And with that, these borders will expand. As the Danish-Swedish claim will expand a bit. Like a bit more. Before ultimately getting completely cut off by Sweden. I mean, not Sweden, Norway. So yeah, this one will go over to the Norwegians. And so now the Norwegians and the Finnish make a border agreement. Which is just have their border go pretty much here. The Finnish are okay with that. And the Finnish themselves just wanna... Yep, there you go. That's the Finnish border. So yeah, these go to Norwegian control. So is this island, by the way, eventually. So yeah. Okay, so then we have the agreement in this area. Let's take a look. Actually, no, let's draw it live. So the Prussians will get some land over here. The Danish will wrap up in this area. Before ultimately getting cut off by the Farmers Union. Which, by the way, did want some of this land. Completely cut off. Because any border expansion there would just be terrible. And the Estonians are just wrapping up their border. So they get a little something like this. while the Russians will we'll actually go ahead and get something like a border agreement or something like that. So Russia gets all this. But that's not all. Because the Ukrainian and Russian border agreement, look, something like that. The Ukrainians will expand north, but they're never allowed to expand east, as the Russians want all that land. And then what remains under Russian control is, oh, hold up. They'll get this. It'll fix itself later, but they'll get that. And by fix itself later, I mean fix itself later, as eventually the European part of Russia will end up getting discovered. So that's all this. And, well, it goes a little... Okay, hold up. Goes a little bit into here, but for the most part, yep. And so, yeah. The borders of Russia will end up looking something like, yeah, this. Nope, not that, actually. Yeah, no, but they'll end up looking something like, this. Yeah. And then, of course, there's a British country. All this. Yeah, all of Europe has been filled up. But the Iberians actually make a pretty crazy discovery. They head this way, and they're the ones that find Atlantis. Now, of course, no other country holds a gigantic border with Atlantis. So Atlantis eventually just gets colonized by the Red Iberians. And they find a whole lot of resources there.
How's the casino?
Well, that ends this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a new video. Peace out.